Podcast for magic. We come to the Pope on Film podcast to laugh, to cry, to care, because we need that. All of us. We come to this podcast for magic. We come to the Pope on Film podcast to laugh, to cry, to care, because we need that. All of us. That indescribable feeling we get, which I'm describing literally right now. So how describable are we talking about here? That indescribable feeling we get when the Liz-a-Day theme song begins to play and we go somewhere we've never been before. Not just entertained, but somehow reborn. Dazzling images on a small Twitch stream, sound that is sound. Somehow, Raymaland horse erotica feels good in a podcast like this. Bunny Williams feels like the stoned parts of us, and May Lynn feels perfect and powerful, because here they are. The Pope on Film podcast. We make movies better.
Welcome to Pope on Film. I am Bunny Williams, and with me is...
I am the Pope in question. My name is Reverend May Lynn. I am the founder of the Church of Ed Wood, which is an actual thing worth a Google. It is episode 474 of the podcast special holiday edition. And of course, I'm talking about the big day, Rhea Perlman's birthday.
Happy birthday, Rhea.
Rhea Perlman. Man, last year was a crazy year. I never thought that I would get to a point where I said, you know who I thought did the best acting job in this big budget Oscar award-winning movie? Rhea Perlman.
Yeah.
The hell, she was in Oppenheimer. She played the bomb. she played Albert Einstein.
Yes.
It was an amazing performance. So, hello, everybody, and welcome to The Big Shoe. Before we dive right into our Jeff, a.k.a. the Betty White Memorial Podcast segment, brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends, download today. Or if you're a team, TBWMPSBTYBRSLDT for short. Just a quick programming note. So, originally, we were going to watch, let's see if I can find the playlist while I'm talking. We were going to watch one of my trademarked retro drive-in edited B movies where I add previews and snack bar ads and this and that and other stuff. In a cartoon. We were going to watch the obscure south of the border Mexican horror movie, Night of a Thousand Cats. And it was about this Lothario guy who picks up women and takes women back to his place, where he feeds them to his 1,000 human eating cats. And we were going to, before the movie, there was going to be a cartoon, a half-hour cartoon called Animal Sports World that was legit so horrible that you would have tried to kill me, buddy. You would have tried to legitimately end my life. If anyone tries to see Animal Sports World, they should 100% only watch it in the episode of Game Grumps where they watch it and make fun of it. It's the only way to watch it and not go insane. Um, like seriously, it's that bad. But it got me a copyright strike and it was deleted completely. And so I was going to recreate it, but I just had surgery and I'm just not in the
Yeah.
mood.
How you
I'm
feeling?
just um yesterday I went downtown and I went to 39th Street and I had a performance and it was supposed to be on a big stage, but they had a pretty small stage. So I was in the middle of 39th Street near downtown Oklahoma City with a microphone and two big speakers reading two kids' books to primarily adults. Um, and I did a lot of walking because 39th Street is so popular and it's right there on Route 66. So, like, we had to park pretty far and walk a sizable distance, and it
Yeah.
was really difficult on my scars. But uh, I guess I did so much working out yesterday that today I'm almost feeling back to normal.
Good.
So that's good. I think it's because I overdid it a little bit yesterday, so now everything's peachy keen jelly beans. So that's good. But I'm just not in the mood for any bullshit right now. I haven't seen the Ghostbusters movie. I don't want to.
No.
And then I'm like, Godzilla movie. I like Godzilla, but like, what has this been like the fifth or sixth one? Like, I I I don't care that much.
Yeah.
Is the dad who half the movie whispers and half the movie screams from Friday Night Lights going to be in it, or that black guy who has a podcast where it's like, "Hey, this is my podcast. I'm breaking into this company," and it's like, who does if you're going to be secretly breaking into a company, infiltrating a company and exposing its secrets? Maybe don't have a popular podcast where you talk about it.
Hmm.
But whatever. So I haven't seen the Godzilla movie. There's just nothing I want to see right now. I'm just not in the mood. So instead of doing Night of 1,000 Mexican vajayjays, we're doing something way special. For the past 6 or so years, I have been collecting free movies that I find on YouTube.
Okay.
Free full movies, and saving it on a playlist that I made public that is I simply titled podcast. And there's some random stuff in here. It's called Terror in Parquet, horror film documentation, but it's just the compilation movie Terror in the Isles, the made for TV movie slash backdoor pilot to Riverdale and back again, where all of the Riverdale gang, Archie and Jughead and everything, come back for a reunion and they're all in their 40s. It's
Yeah.
fucking horrible. Shocking Asia. Limp Biscuits hour-long launch party for chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water, which they recorded live at the Playboy Mansion. Um, Tony Hawk did a badly animated movie in 2006 called Boom Boom Sabotage that was so bad that it wasn't, I don't believe it was released in America. A couple of Santo movies. Lloyd Bridges in 1956 was in a crime drama called Wetbacks,
Oh boy.
and apparently it was ghost written by fucking Ed Wood. I found a version of Daniel the Wizard, Danielle der Sauberer, which was one of the movies that we didn't do for our Summer of Bottoming where we did the worst films on the IMDb list. I put Creepshow 2 on there because I've never seen it, actually.
You've not seen
I feel like
Creepshow 2?
I've seen the first Creepshow like 100 times. Creepshow 2, I just never did. And then there's a Creepshow 3. I don't think I'm missing anything there.
No, no. Creepshow 2 isn't that good.
Yeah.
The only good thing about Creepshow 2 is that one of the short stories in the anthology is The Raft.
And that one I think I have seen. I don't think I've seen any of the other ones, but I've seen The Raft, and that one legitimately spooked me out a little bit.
I still think The Raft is kind of a crappy story, but I had first become aware of The Raft. Back in the day, I went to 7-Eleven. It was like after work. I was probably getting some beer and going home, something like that. And I see behind the counter, because you remember this about behind the counter back in the day? That's where they kept the dirty magazines.
Yes.
And on the cover of one of the dirty magazines said in big letters, story by Stephen King inside or something like that.
Nice.
So I bought a copy, and this, like, it wasn't even good. It was like Swank or Screw, or I forget what the
Really? I
fuck it was.
assumed
It
it
was
was
like,
like I assumed it was like Playboy or some shit.
no, no, this was like, this was literally a dirty magazine. One of those dirty magazines that when you looked at it, you literally just felt dirty.
Wow. So you bought a copy of Black Tales magazine.
Exactly, exactly. For the Stephen
Nice.
King story, of course.
Do
And that story
any
was The Raft.
do any gas stations still do that? The behind the counter shit?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't know when the last time was I saw that.
Yeah. And it was
Dang.
just like a small booklet that was stapled in the center of the magazine, and it was The Raft.
One thing that I think that society has forgotten is the fact that the book Green Mile, you go to the Barnes and Flobles, and you buy the Green Mile, and it's like a 900-page book. But back in the day, he released it as like 8 small ass books that you had to buy on their own, and that
Yeah.
was like the coolest freaking thing I've ever seen. That you had to rush to the local bookstore to buy book 4 of a Stephen King novel. That was neat.
I found it very interesting, and I read The Green Mile, and I got it in the chapter books, and then did the math and realized, wow, I wound up paying a lot more than just for a goddamn regular book.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty ingenious of Stephen freaking King.
And
That's
that is also when I started theorizing that Stephen King and Peter Straub are the same person.
yeah. Yeah.
Because Peter Straub, well, not only did they write a couple of books together,
Yeah, they did. The Talisman and a couple others.
but Peter Straub came out with a chapter book just at the same time.
Ooh, okay.
And I was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
you're Stephen King, aren't you?
It- it-
I am still not sure.
I'm still not sure. Quite honestly, I was thinking about it just now that, like, I know Stephen King. I've never seen a picture of other guy, you know?
Huh?
Never seen an interview with him. I've never seen him strung out on coke making the weirdest Emilio Estevez movie you'll ever see. Uh,
And why Peter Straub? Why not Dean Koontz?
Fucking Dean
Because they're
Koontz.
both kind of on the same level.
There's only one thing I like about Dean Koontz. I find Dean Koontz to be a real life Garth Marenghi. But the only thing that I like about Dean Koontz is that he was hired to do a novelization of Toby Hooper's upcoming movie, The Funhouse.
Yeah.
And he decided to go wild with it. And it's mostly a prequel of the woman who gave birth to a monstrous child and hid it. And and the mom had psychic powers or some shit. And it's this big, massive book that only at the end talks about how the monster is hiding in this fun house in a carnival. And because it took so long for Toby Hooper to actually find a distributor, the book came out from Stephen Koontz way before the movie and became a hit before the movie even came out.
Yeah.
And so then when the movie came out, it's like, oh, hey, I read this book. Let me go see the movie. Oh, God, this is in no way what was in Dean Koontz's book.
No.
But, like, I was going to read it, but I just couldn't get myself to purchase a Dean Koontz. I just couldn't.
Yeah. I have read a few. Dean Koontz is like a bit better than meh.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
They're
He's
they're
the,
enter they're entertaining. They have some interesting characters, but there's just not much there.
okay, I just came up. I think this is brilliant. Dean Koontz is the RC Cola of horror novelists.
I think I have to go there. It's not bad.
Because
It's not bad.
because nothing wrong with RC Cola. RC Cola is fine. If you have it, if it's at a function and you drink it, it's good. It's all right. It's pretty nice. But no one in their right mind goes out to look for RC Cola.
Yeah.
And I was going to say it's the Pepsi. It's not even the Pepsi. But it's not horrible, so it's not shit. It's RC Cola.
Yeah.
Dean Koontz is the RC Cola of. I'm pretty down with that. I'm good with that. I
Although
think that's
I,
a
I do
great.
have to say that I liked his Odd Thomas books.
His Odd
And
Thomas books. He also wrote like 35 different modern day Frankenstein books.
yeah. And the Odd
Uh,
Thomas movie is really a good movie.
yeah, I haven't seen it. I thought for sure that you were gonna pick Shock Treatment, which was on the list, which we have never
Shock
done
treatment.
before. Yeah,
I went all the way down the list and looked everything over, and it was Dawn of the Dead that struck me first.
that's a long ass one too.
Because that's a long ass cut. I have not
Yeah,
seen a cut like that before. I have seen various cuts of Dawn of the Dead, but I'd never seen one that long, so I was really interested in that. But like, motherfucking Geraldo is at the top of the list.
yeah.
So like, as soon as I looked at the list, I was like, well, there, no, don't do that. Look through the list. You don't know Geraldo is the best thing on the list.
I
And
also thought you might pick This Night I'll Possess Your Corpse because it's another Coffin Joe movie. Remember when we
there
did
were a
that
lot of
Coffin
good
Joe
things on the
movie?
list.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in here. Freaking Arch Hall Jr.'s wild guitar.
Yeah.
Um, because like I'm going through it right now. There's some pretty all right stuff in here and some horrible things. Like I'm not sure if we've actually tried to sit down and watch Turkish Star Wars.
No.
And Musical Mutiny's on here. That's the documentary about that band's concert at Pirate World
Oh yeah.
that we talk about every freaking summer. Nude on the Moon, and it is like a bunch of boobies. I'm surprised it's on YouTube. Three on a Meat Hook. Thought you'd pick that too.
Yeah.
Blackenstein.
Still the best trailer ever.
Hell Comes to Frogtown. Or Caveman. I That was always on TV when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Fucking
That was
Ringo
fun.
Starr.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ringo Starr as a caveman. But this week, Bunny has chosen, drum roll, please. Thank you, kids. Thank you. The 1988 made for TV special, Devil Worship Exploring Satan's Underground, which is the
Wasn't it
fucking,
wonderful?
it was the fucking worst. I kept screaming at my computer because I was so pissed off. But that's what to expect in the second half of the show. We're going to be exposing Geraldo Rivera's expose of Satan.
Yes.
And with that programming note out of the way, now let's get to the actual meat of the show. It's time to do the Betty White Memorial Podcast segment brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Download today, aka Jeff. Are you ready, Bunny?
I am ready.
Okay, come here. Come here. Hold on.
Hi, my name is Maxwell. I have a whistle. I want to talk about the 2023 mob vote.
The what?
The 2022 to 2023.
You need to get closer to that mic, Maxwell.
Yeah, get closer to the mic.
Mob, the 2022 to 2023 mob vote.
From
Minecraft mob vote.
Okay.
2022, it was there was the copper golem, the moo bloom, and no, it was the lay copper golem, and then some little bush dude. I didn't pay that much attention to it. The LA one, it was between the LA and the copper golem. And the copper and the LA one. I do think that the copper golem would have been pretty nice for redstone, but the LA is also pretty nice. It gave us some more lore. Anyways, for the 2023 mob vote, there was three competitors: a crab, an armadillo, and like some sort of like, oh yeah, a penguin. And instead of like actually doing the mob vote, we we started to like try to boycott the mob vote. I think we just got sick of it. Instead of getting one out of the three already perfect mobs, they only allow us one, and then just lock all of the other, and then lock the losers into a vault where all the losers of the mob votes go. It Wow. There's a lot of things that are about boycotting the mob vote. But yeah, I want to say, I think the crab would have been amazing. The armadillo one, we got
All right.
invincible one.
Thanks for checking in.
Okay, and now back to Jeff. Introduce yourself.
I'm Eleanor, and I got a whistle.
You want to talk about something?
No.
No? Okay.
Thank you,
All
Eleanor.
right. So that was Eleanor, a 7-year-old, and okay. Now that that's done,
I believe that was the War of 1812, was it not?
yes,
Yes.
yes, it
Okay.
was. So now that that's out of the way, Let's get to the gem. Wait a second. My name is Q, and I have whatever this would be classified as a whistle. I'm not too sure about that. Okay, now we're back for real. Because Amber wouldn't do it. Okay, buddy. It's Easter, the day that Jesus Christ was left for dead. But you can't keep a good deity down. Now he rises from the dead, one man mission of revenge. The Bible, too, the squeakquel. This Easter, the meek will inherit a bullet. A Quibi exclusive.
Rumor has it he has a particular set of skills.
He does. He does. He can turn water into wine and torture people. It's Easter, but it's also Trans Day of Visibility, and so I do not see why I should have to try so hard today. This is my day. This is my most visible day. I'm a full moon today.
Uh-huh.
In fact, if I walk in front of Stevie Wonder, he'll be able to see me today.
Yes.
That's the power of Trans Day of Visibility, bitches. So, fuck it. How you doing, buddy?
I'm okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
But I
Good.
have been thinking, and let's just
Yeah.
get it out of the way. I think October we hit 10 years. That's a good place to stop.
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, it has been a decade. That's freaking impressive.
Yes.
And I'm getting kind of busy. So I understand. But
And
also,
I'm getting kind of old.
and also, how dare you break up with me on Trans Day of Visibility, Bunny?
Who says I'm breaking up with you?
Fuck, that means this summer we have to do the fucking Fast and the Furious. Fuck you, Bunny.
No, we do not.
God damn it, no, we have to. Because I always said we were going to one of these summers, and if this is going to be the last summer, then fucking we have to do. God damn it.
No, we do not.
Hobbs and Shaw is not that bad.
Huh?
That's the only one I've seen.
We'll do it just okay. If we have to do the Fast and Furious, we'll do it just like the tribute to Pedro Almodovar.
No. Fuck that. We're watching all of the goddamn Fast and the Furious movies, Bunny. We're not chicken shitting around here. Yeah, I will absolutely watch the fuck out of those movies if I have to for a podcast. It's the only way I would ever actually watch a Fast and the Furious movie. And also, I'd rather do that than the summer of Transformers.
Yeah.
Because ew. Although Bumblebee was a pleasant surprise. All the others fucking ew. So
well, okay, Bumblebee is a Dean Koontz novel. I saw Bumblebee. I enjoyed Bumblebee. I don't remember one motherfucking thing about Bumblebee.
10-minute warning. Okay. So I'm doing pretty good. I just had double hernia surgery. And that sucked. I purposefully didn't tell anyone at church what I was getting. I just told them I have a big surgery coming up. It's a really important one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a hard time sitting down. But I never told them that I was having double hernia surgery just because these are a bunch of white people and I'm probably the only trans person they know, and I wanted them to keep guessing.
Yeah.
And it's like, what happened? What happened? Oh, you had that surgery. What surgery was it? Well, what did you get? And I'm like, double hernia surgery. Oh, I thought, you know what? Okay. Oh, so sorry. And so it was fun to fuck people, to fuck with people. I can't fuck anyone right now. I got double hernia. But I booked an event that I did yesterday that was
Yeah.
freaking amazing. I performed at a Trans Day of Visibility block party the entirety of 39th Street, which is right off of Route 66, near downtown Oklahoma City. And I was right in the middle of the street reading kids' books to people. And it was amazing. And I loved it. And basically, almost every major LGBTQ organization in the entire state was there. And I met so many people and did so much networking. And let me tell you something. I went from being a quiet stay at home uh, dad with depression to suddenly having a shit ton of live shows and performances, and I'm meeting people and I'm
Yeah.
setting up dates and I'm being introduced to this person who knows this person. I'm trying to set up all this stuff. It is fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
And also because we have 5 kids, most of the time my wife can't come with me, and she's the people person. You know,
Yeah.
she is my designated white person. Sometimes you just need a white woman who can get angry in a white woman way, and I do not have that now. So it is so exhausting to just go to this thing and meet these 100 people and do all of this talking. It's just exhausting, but it was really good. And I talked to a lot of people and I got some hugs. And the next 3 weeks are going to be crazy for me because, okay, on the 3 weeks from now, I have a variety show that I'm performing in. I'm doing 2 sets. I'm going to read a kid's book and then I'm going to sing a heavy metal song.
Okay.
And then a few days later, I have my first performance of my residency. I will be performing the third Wednesday of every month at Point A Gallery near downtown Oklahoma City and getting paid for that. I'm a professional. And then 3 days after that, on 420, I will be doing a first of its kind historic stoner story time
Yeah.
because Point A Gallery is a 420 friendly venue with an active Oklahoma Medical Marijuana Authority card, that is, obviously.
Yes.
But you can just vape and roll up a joint, light up a bong right there in the freaking. So I've got a bunch of stoners that are going to come in pajamas, sit on the floor, bring some snacks and some pillows, and I will be reading kids' books to them. I am so freaking excited that they allowed me to do
Cool.
this. Of
Cool.
course, you're not going. It's 18 and up. It's a. There's going to be such a haze of smoke. Snoop Dogg will appear magically. Suddenly, Willie Nelson appears out of the freezer. And I've
Yeah,
got a
no,
lot
no,
of
no, no,
possibilities.
no. You're in Oklahoma. It's definitely Seth Rogen.
Or Willie Nelson. It might be Willie Nelson.
Could be Willie Nelson.
Yeah. So because I've been making a lot of contacts and all that sort of stuff, I've got a lot of possibilities, upcoming shows. I will be knowing soon if I'm performing at the Norman, Oklahoma Pride Fest. I just had an audition to be a part of the 3 day Oklahoma City Pride Festival. Again, I was on the main stage last year, humble brag, and I'm pretty sure I'm a shoe in for that again, but I'm not sure. And I'm already performing at the other Pride, major Pride in Oklahoma City. There's 2 Pride events. There's one in the beginning of Pride Month and one at the end of Pride Month. And the one at the end of the Pride Month is the big 3 day festival. And then the one in the beginning of the month, that's on 39th Street. And the day of their Pride parade, I will be performing 3 all ages story times for kids at their big Pride festival. I am doing things. We might be adding a second show to our New Orleans tour in October, and I'm waiting to announce a date to. I'm this close to finalizing a date to perform at a college in Oklahoma that I'm really excited about. And we are hoping, no promises, but I am the official trans ambassador for rural Oklahoma Pride. And our mission is to bring Pride events to places, to like rural parts of Oklahoma that don't normally get Pride events, and we're trying to spread our message all over the place. So this year I'll be performing in New Orleans and I'll be performing in Memphis, and next year we are now currently actively trying to get a performance in Colorado.
Oh, cool.
Oh, so uh, I'll be sleeping in the bed with Jeannie. You can sleep on the couch. Period. That's what's happening there. Well, like, look at me. You know, look at me. I
Yeah.
did 3 big shows this month. I did my one woman show this month. I had a big audition. I had a big surgery. I turned 47. I'm almost 50, but you can't tell because estrogen is a hell of a fucking drug.
Okay, wait now. What are the current dates that you actually have booked now?
Oh my God, I've got a shit ton. It's on my Facebook page, Storytime with Maylin.
Well, I
Hey,
want to make
family.
sure I have all the updates.
Okay, I'll send it to you. I keep updating the post of all of my different dates and stuff. And also,
I have a few in April, one in June, and then not another one until October.
yeah, yeah. So I'll send you the updated list.
Okay.
And I am talking to my fucking mother again.
Really?
Yeah, my mom and I talk. We regularly chat. I'll send her things. I'll send her pictures of me. She's like, "Oh, you look so good," and we're talking again. That's the important part. He actually said there is still a small chance that I might perform this year in Phoenix
Yeah.
at their Pride Fest. And she said, "Hey, if you do perform in Phoenix, then you have a place to stay." And I'm like, "I do? In the house with you and Joe? I better bring 10 tasers
Mm-hmm.
and a freaking trank dart gun because my brother's going to try and freaking kill me. I do need a tank. Jesus."
No taser.
But I'm talking to my mom, and that's it. I
Yeah.
haven't talked to any other relatives because none of them want to talk to me. I haven't talked to my brother. Fuck him. He's the Geraldo Rivera of the fam.
Yes, he is.
Because, oh my God, what a piece of shit Geraldo is.
Oh,
I hate
Geraldo's
this man,
great.
and I can't wait to rip into him in the second half of the show. So, uh, that is it for Jeff, aka the Betty White Memorial Podcast segment, brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Download today. We are going to be taking a short break. There's going to be some music, some fun, some excitement. When we come back, we are going to be talking about the 1988 TV special bullshit fake ass documentary with finger quotes, Devil Worship Exposing Satan's Undercarriage. But first, maybe we should take a break. Should we take a break?
We should take a break.
I didn't ask you, Eleanor. We will be right back with more of the Pope on Film after this. Do 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 do. Come on, sing it with me. Do 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 do.
Where's my puppet? It's like a fucking Teamster. Every time you turn around, he's off on a coffee break. We got a building to put up here.
My name is Mr. Steve. I'm a storyteller. Hello, everybody. Mr. Steve here, and it's time for another Mr. Steve short story time. Today's story time is We're Different, We're the Same, and We're All Wonderful. A Sesame Street book. We're different. Our noses are different. We're the same. Our noses are the same. They breathe and sniff and sneeze and whiff. Our hair is different. Our hair is the same. It grows on us in several places. It warms our heads and frames our faces. Our mouths are different. Our mouths are the same. Their lips form the words we say and smile when it's a happy day. Our skin is different. Our skin is the same. It tells us something's cold or hot or wet or dry. It knows a lot. Muscles and bones are wrapped inside it. We all have blood and skin to hide it. It keeps in warmth. It keeps out dirt. It warns us so we don't get hurt. Our eyes are different. Some of them are googly eyes. Our eyes are the same. They see, they blink, they weep, they wink. Oh, remember when you could be in a movie theater like that? Our bodies are different. He used to be an imaginary friend. That's true. Our bodies are the same. They stretch and bend and work and play. They all need food and rest each day. They dance and wriggle and ride a bike. They might look different, but they're alike. Our feelings are different. Same, Telly Monster, same. Our feelings are the same. Lonely, worried, scared, excited, happy, loving, glad, delighted. I want to go to the haunted house. We're the same. We're different. That's what makes the world such fun. Many kinds of people, not just one. A rainbow would be boring if it were only green or blue. What makes a rainbow beautiful is that it has every hue. So aren't you glad you look like you? We're different. We're the same. Can you kids spot Elmo in this picture? Dude, I really like these guys. They're jamming. Pretty sure that's the Grateful Dead. Okay, I'll give you 5 more seconds to find Elmo. 5, 4, 3, 2. He's right there. He's right there. You see him? This guy, not this old woman. This guy right here. We're wonderful. The end. Yay! Well, that's today's story. Did you like that, boys and girls? Remember, we're different, we're the same, and we're all wonderful. Just because someone is a different size, a different color, a different something, doesn't mean that they're any different than you. We're different, but we're all the same. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Be sure and like and subscribe and all those things I'm supposed to say because I'm somebody on YouTube. We'll see you later. Bye.
Menstrual cramps.
Mother of God, I'm coming apart.
Menstrual cramps. The irritation.
Oh no, please don't. Oh, this was my favorite onion.
The diarrhea.
I have to go. Oh, shut up, you little shit stain. Mommy's cramping. Now.
Menstrual cramps.
She's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Where the fuck is the chocolate?
The pain. Menstrual cramps. The most common cause of menstrual cramps is stress.
No shit.
Hey, try these.
Does this really help?
It does when you do it right. It's your uterus that's stressed.
Oh, yes.
Don't live in pain? Call 1-800-555-9969 and order Dr. Rod's Superpowered Vagina Balls. Just 3 easy payments of $59.99. 1-800-555-9969. Operator standing by. Order now.
Hello, Tim's mom? Have you seen Tim anywhere? He's not here at the studio, and I'm beginning to worry. 911? Hello, Queen of Germany? And I'm hungry. Actually, I'm more hungry than worried. You can forget about worried altogether. Yes, it's an emergency. My friend is missing, and I'm sandwichless! What kind of sandwiches you got over there in Germania? Who the hell are you calling a brat? Could you make me a sandwich? I like mayonnaise on both sides of the bread. Miracle Whip? What kind of possessed hellhound are you? Sandwichless! SANDWICHLESS! Do you understand, motherfucker? Hello? 911? Hello? Maybe I should call 912. I hear you're getting a lot of hits on Tinder. Nice. No, I will not let you cover me in mustard and sauerkraut, you pervert. Wait. Is that in Germanian dollars? Yeah, now we're talking.
Hello, I'm the other Liz. It has been brought to my attention that there's a gentleman out there by the name of Gene. Now, Gene is very close to somebody that I know from a long, long time ago. He's a friend of mine, and therefore Gene, by de facto, we are good friends as well. And now, Jean, I shall read this for you. Rusty Cage. You wired me awake and hit me with a hand of broken nails. You tied my lead and pulled my chain. To watch my blood begin to boil. But I'm going to break. I'm going to break my rusty cage and run. Too cold to start a fire. I'm burning diesel, burning dinosaur bones, yeah? I'll take the river. Down to still water and ride a pack of dogs. But I'm going to break. I'm going to break my rusty cage and run. It's like a Phillips head into my brain. It's going to be too dark to sleep again. Cutting my teeth on bars and rusty chains. But I'm going to break. I'm going to break my rusty cage and run. Poof. When the forest burns along the road like God's eyes in my headlights. When the dogs are looking for their bones and it's raining ice picks on your steel shore. But I'm going to break. I'm going to break my rusty cage.
I have to tell you something. I'm only a myth. And until next week, I'll be mything you.
You're 3 hours late!
Dad, you don't understand. The car was busted, so we had to shred.
Why are your lips red? Were you eating a snow cone?
That's a really good guess.
What kind of adults rollerblade?
The police are here, and they're saying that you bought alcohol for minors.
Thanks, boys!
In Europe, the drinking age is like 10.
They could have been European.
What made you think they were European?
They had a certain je ne sais quoi.
I think one of them was eating pain au chocolat.
Guys, everyone thinks we're losers, but that's about to change. I know where the treasure of Foggy Mountain is.
From when we were kids?
We are looking at 100 mil.
$100 million?
It'd be like, I mean, I know it's more than this, but at least $1 million each.
Significantly more.
What are we waiting for?
The cute guys that came in earlier,
I didn't see nobody cute. The ginger looked like a colonial ghost. Glasses looked like Tim Burton drew him. And then the short one, we probably were the same size bra.
they had a treasure map with like an X on it.
We gonna steal that map.
That is a full-on hawk.
Hey, buddy.
Traverse it! Traverse the road!
Does it not know it can fly?
Why did it walk away with an attitude? Everyone is after this treasure.
We deserve that!
You deserve it?
Yeah.
3 white guys whose biggest issue is, what, growing up?
I feel like it's more nuanced than that.
You just hit a woman!
I apologize for him. I, for one, would never.
Oh my God!
So I've hit one woman. That's not in the grand. We can all agree this is a scary cult and we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. We're in a docu-series and this is episode 2.
Dude, completely. Insane night. Guys, why are we tied up?
I'd rather die than live without you boys.
Holy! Oh my God!
Guys, look. Dude, that's the treasure door. Open it. What's that? I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick to my stomach.
Forget the money. It's not worth it.
Storytime with Mei Lin, a one-of-a-kind, hyperactive and interactive blend of adult stand-up comedy and children's storytime, because you're never too old for a good story. Mei Lin is going on tour in 2024, and after much deliberation, they have chosen the following wildly original name for their tour: Storytime with Mei Lin on Tour, a one-former man show. Brought to you in part by Spite. Don't miss your chance to see her on tour before Republicans ban her, just like they're busy banning all history books, and, for that matter, books. For more information on Mei Lin, like, I don't know, try Google maybe, or Bing if you're a weirdo. Hey, is Ask Jeeves still a thing? Probably not. Oh well. Storytime with Mei Lin.
And we're back with more of the Pope on film.
Can you back the F up, please? Buddy,
Yes.
I would pay good money to lick Tom Brokaw's hair.
Okay.
He had that hair, that like Lego hair
Yes.
that looked like if you got it wet, it would dissolve like cotton candy.
Yeah.
But it also looked like it could deflect a bullet. Tom Brokaw, I haven't thought about him in so long. Tom Brokaw, anyway. It's time, Bunny!
It's time. It's time.
Yes, Bunny, my friend, it is time once again for all of us here at the Pope on Film podcast to slide to the left, slide to the right, into the second half of our big shoe, and it is said second half, wherein we finally and eventually get around to discussing our horrible piece of shit movie. And by movie, I mean that instead of a movie, we're discussing the 1988 TV special bullshit fake ass documentary with finger quotes, Devil Worship, Exposing Satan's Underground.
Yes.
Da-da-da.
Yes.
This is the worst. This is the absolute worst. The only good thing about this were the frickin' commercials.
But this is also like, gee, I wonder how Geraldo wound up at Fox News.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you
that's a
can
good point.
see the natural progression.
Yeah. I can't believe that, like, he became famous because he did the Al Capone Vault Live special, which was a nothing burger that absolutely failed, but it was a nothing burger that fucking failed that was watched by 30 million homes across America.
Yeah.
And it's like Geraldo Rivera became famous because he failed so spectacularly.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know if that made him famous. I mean, he did have his show, and this was kind of this was his show for longer.
Yeah. But I think that the best thing to do to kick off our discussion of the 1988 Geraldo Rivera TV special, Devil Worship Exposing Satan's Underground, is to list off all of the people in this bullshit documentary that can fuck off. Starting with Geraldo Alphonse Capone Rivera.
Yes.
The only good thing this man ever did was catch a chair with his nose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, skinheads are evil. White supremacists suck.
Yeah.
They are the worst and they're dragging America down with them. But assholes occasionally do one good thing.
Yes.
For example, Donald Trump, piece of shit, liar, racist, rapist. He did raise the price. He did raise the age for purchasing vape products.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, fucking okay, Donald Trump, you actually did one thing that wasn't fucking stupid and evil. Good for you.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt is a gay-hating, education fearful piece of shit. Horrible. The only reason that more people don't know about Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt is because Florida man.
Yeah.
But recently, the Oklahoma Senate, they passed a bill that basically said our hospitals are overrun, and I know what we should do. Oh no, not fund them. No, we're Republicans in Oklahoma. No, we're going to just allow nurses to prescribe medication so that doctors won't be so busy. And this weird ass bill made it all the way to the governor's desk, and Kevin Stitt, who is an absolute fucking piece of shit, said, "Okay, this is bad even for me." And it's like, okay, there you go. All right, Kevin Stitt did something good, and skinhead white supremacist skinheads. They are the worst people in America, and they are horrible, and they are ruining our nation. But kudos to throwing a chair at Geraldo.
Yes.
Just want to say.
And nailed him. Broke his nose. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah. So a few months after this special aired, Devil Worship Exposing Satan's Underground, Geraldo was doing his show, and he had an episode entitled Young Hate Mongers, and his bright idea was, okay, on this side of the stage, we'll have like black civil rights leaders.
Yeah.
And on this side, skinhead white supremacist neo-Nazis.
Okay,
what
but I
wrong?
need to interject here, okay? Geraldo still stole his whole shtick from fucking Morton Downey Jr.
Yeah.
It was the same shit Morton Downey Jr. was doing, and basically
and then it was
invented.
Geraldo, and that's how we got Jerry Springer.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah!
It's all a big. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And worse. So yeah. he had a bunch of white supremacist neo Nazis. Shout out to Chaos. And there was a fight broke out, a riot. Someone threw a chair, and Geraldo's like, "My nose has got it! My nose has got it!" Boom! It
Yeah.
opens up. There's blood everywhere. This muckraking asshat, douche canoe, cunt waffle, shithead, Theo Tomas's cabin Mexican. That is a phrase that I coined specifically for Geraldo Rivera because I wanted to call him like an Uncle Tom for Hispanics, but it wouldn't be Uncle Tom. So he's a Theo Tomas's cabin Mexican.
Okay.
That, like, I don't know my culture. I'm a Mexican, but you don't see me going, "This is Melin Galindo with an important announcement. Immigrants are horrible. See my special at 8." You know,
Yeah.
he's a piece of shit. This a-hole Geraldo deserved that chair and so much more.
Yeah.
In fact, I had a hard time paying attention to this special because what I was doing instead was I was hoping that, you know what, screw this devil worship satanic panic bullshit. He should have been exposing the truth behind professional wrestling. That way, he could have been John Stossel,
Yes.
which is what he deserves. MediaMatters.org published a great article in 2007 cataloging. Oh my God, I do not know how to spell cataloging. Cataloging Geraldo Rivera's long history of sexual misconduct and assault, including allegedly like sexually assaulting Bette Midler in the 70s.
Wow.
This man is a piece of shit. While Geraldo Rivera, Al Capone's best friend, can S my Lady D. In fact, I've got a Politico article here. Top 5 legendary Geraldo Rivera incidents. Yes, number 1 is the mystery of Al Capone's vault, the most hyped TV event in history.
Yeah.
A 2-hour special where he opened the gangster secret vault, and instead of finding Al Capone's money or bodies, it contained some empty bottles and dirt. It became a pop culture landmark, the thing that, you know, Johnny Carson made jokes about it for a decade.
Oh, God, yeah.
This is one that I didn't know. Rivera was covering the controversial trial of Casey Anthony, a woman suspected of killing her daughter. And I believe she did it, but Jesus, hey, dog, tell him. So, referencing a tattoo that Casey Anthony got in the weeks after her daughter died that said Bella Vita, Rivera said on Fox News, and this man is a journalist.
Yeah.
He said, "Stop it, Illinois." He said, "I think that it will end the prosecution's case with a bang to show that this was a selfish, narcissistic, self-involved slut."
Ooh.
What the fuck, Geraldo? You're a journalist, for shit's sake.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Now, this one from 2003, I absolutely remember. He was an Iraq war correspondent for Fox News.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm here in the front lines. Here, I'm going to draw a map in the sand showing our exact position and our exact location. We're going to be going here, and the secret base is over here. We're going to be attacking here." And it's like, oh my God, you just revealed the time and details of an upcoming military operation. What the fuck, Geraldo? You're such a fucking idiot. Yeah, you're just giving away classified, sensitive information on live TV on Fox News in 2003 in the middle of the freaking.
And it's so funny though, because like there was a time, you have to go way, way back, where Geraldo Rivera was a real investigative reporter.
Yes.
I used to see him on Channel 7, ABC News. He was the investigative reporter. Now, did he start the trend or did it start somewhere else with with movies and things like that, but like he looked like the investigative reporter. You
He
know,
did. He did.
he had the
He did.
longer hair. You know, he was the hip guy on the stuffy news channel. You know,
Yeah.
but he
Serious.
broke a major story about the abuse of psychiatric patients in a major hospital in New York, and this was a big fucking thing. And like, wow, Geraldo is kick ass. You know, like, and man, did that fucking ship sail.
That is incredible. It's weird to think about that. In the same way that it's weird to think that David Letterman was a weatherman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, what the hell, dude? You must have been the weirdest fucking weatherman. This side of Steve Martin's movie L.A. Story.
Yeah.
Which I did not like. But, okay. So, number 4 in the top 5 Geraldo's legendary controversies. In Afghanistan in 2001, Geraldo described on air an incident of friendly fire, claiming that he had been on the scene. He said he walked over what I considered hallowed ground today and had said the Lord's Prayer on the land where 3 American soldiers had died the previous day. But the Baltimore Sun later reported that Rivera was actually 300 miles from the site he described. So Rivera blamed his mistake on the fogs of war.
Yeah.
And said that he had confused the event near Kandahar with one he actually was in Tora Bora, but then he's lying again because the Tora Bora incident occurred 3 days before Geraldo's report.
Okay.
And then number 5, and I didn't know this one. In 2005, he traveled to New Orleans, Hurricane Katrina. A New York report alleged that he pushed an Air Force rescue worker out of the way so he could be filmed helping lift an older woman in a wheelchair to safety.
Okay.
Fucking, I hate Geraldo. He is a piece of shit, and this bullshit TV special did nothing to change that. He is a horrible person. I don't want to hurt him, but if I ever see him, no one is going to stop me from trying to rip his mustache off.
Yeah.
Period. That is just what I'm doing. And if I ever meet any of the actors who were in any of the Batman movies, I'm going to Batman Forever it and just go, Batman! Ah! Just like the greatest line of all time in the movie Batman Forever. Eleanor, what is your deal this episode? You just want to be in front of the camera? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. The number 2 person who can F off. Joseph. The alleged U.S. military intelligence officer who came out and exposed the satanic cults that are taking over the U.S. military.
Yeah.
Total bullshit. Total bullshit. Our army, as well as our nation's army, as well as our entire nation's Air Force, is filled to the brim with alcoholic straight C students who beat their wives and girlfriends. That is just a fact. They're not into Satan. They're into Joe Rogan and oftentimes men.
Yeah.
So screw Joseph. So much of this movie of this documentary is absolute BS, and it's just muckraking Geraldo trying to get more Capone-ish rating.
It was just it was a build up to be like such a big fucking thing. But all it was a longer version of his show that they showed at night. That was the only. Everybody on that everybody that on that panel, I had seen them on Geraldo before.
Yeah, I remember the woman with like the obvious wig and the big black glasses. Like I remember seeing her on some show.
Yeah.
Okay. This is one that I really wanted to talk about. I need you to go somewhere else. For number 3, I'm serious. Number 3 and 4, I need you to go somewhere else. Not just right there. I need you to go to another room. You went to the room right in, you know what, whatever. Number 3, the permed 80s mom. Her son killed someone in the name of Satan. And then the mom is all, I should have paid more attention to the music he was listening to. Those album covers.
Yes.
Those album covers, they're so evil. Bitch, please. No one ever killed someone solely because they looked at an Iron Maiden album cover. You freaking weirdo.
Yeah.
Let me tell you who is to blame. So a teen killed another kid in the name of Satan. Let me tell you who's not. First off, let me tell you who's not to blame. Ozzy Osbourne,
Yeah.
Satan, Iron Maiden, Wasp.
Yeah.
They were a crappy glam band.
Yeah.
They were not. They were not like. And Geraldo keeps mentioning them like a satanic band, and it's like, go and Google 80s band Wasp, and all you'll see is a bunch of effeminate dudes with a coke problem.
Yeah.
You will not see a bunch of freaking Satanists. It's ridiculous to think that people legitimately thought that the band Wasp stood for We Are Satan's People, and that by listening to one of their albums that you're going to be fucking possessed by a devil. This whole time was weird. This whole time was absolutely weird.
But we're back there. I mean, it's a variation.
We're absolutely back there right
now. But this is the drag queens and transsexuals are the new satanic panic.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I am not seeing any differences here.
Yeah. So, a teenager killed another teenager in the name of Satan, and the mom's like, oh, the album covers. The album covers. It's not the album cover's fault. It's not Ozzy's fault. It's not Iron Maiden's fault. And it's not Wasp's fault. Their music isn't that good anyway. It's the mom's fault for raising her kid to believe that in America in the 1980s, the devil was 100% real, walking America's streets and making kids kill people. That is who to blame. The mom and not freaking Ozzy.
Yeah.
Ozzy.
You had to love
If anything,
Ozzy.
If anything, Ozzy should have had a sitcom in the 80s, because then the satanic panic wouldn't have happened. If he did the Osbournes back then, well,
did Ozzy get arrested?
Mm-hmm.
No, he did get arrested once because he peed on the Alamo.
Yes.
It's a long story. It's a long story. Number 4.
But Ozzy just looked so wonderfully. I'm really not sure where I am right now.
Hungover. He looked very hungover. I lived with my brother for a long time. I know what like hungover and drugged out looks like, and so that's what he.
And then they only asked him like 2 questions.
Yeah, yeah. Number 4, and I'm so happy to say this. Hey, I will say this till the day I die, shouted from the rooftops. And it's not because I go to church. I have always felt this way when I was an atheist. I felt this way. Number 4, Anton LaVey. He is the P.T. Barnum of Satanists.
Oh my God. The dude played a calliope. Okay? I mean, like.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is a P.T. Barnum huckster. Anton LaVey is L. Ron Hubbard with less sci-fi and more orgies.
Yes.
And that is it. Period.
Like I've always said, I've read the Satanic Bible. It reads like a Molly Hatchet cover.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And then they show all of these Satanists like David Berkowitz and like really? These are not Satanists. Okay, Charles Manson is not a Satanist. He's a drug out hippie that got way too pissed at the Beach Boys.
Yes.
and decided to listen to the White Album on acid. And Ringo just told me to kill people.
Yeah.
And also have a party under the sea with an octopus, but that's a different story. You guys go kill people now, but that has nothing to do with the 80s satanic panic. You're just clutching at straws here.
Uh-huh.
You found a crazy person who ran a cult and said, "Oh, I kill people in the name of Satan." And it's like, "Oh God, Satan is real. Satan is attacking." No, the 80s were just a horrible time. And we're reliving that again. The 80s satanic panic is just QAnon watching a Jane Fonda workout VHS.
Well, okay, but it wasn't just the satanic panic. It was the satanic panic and offshoots. But offshoots included pedophiles are everywhere.
Yes.
You know, and they're just going to grab your kids off the streets.
Yeah,
people were
the
getting their
daycare shit.
kids fingerprinted in the fucking malls all the time.
Yep. And it's so funny that the parents in the 80s who were saying, "Oh, stranger danger. Don't take candy from strangers. Strangers are going to try and kidnap you. You got to watch out for strangers. You can't trust them." Those people are now trusting anything they see on the internet.
Yes.
Oh, kids, watch out for stranger danger in the 80s and then in the 90s. Oh, kids, watch out for what you write on these message boards online. And now those same people are like, according to Muff Diver 666 on 4chan, Al Gore is a zombie.
Yes.
Hillary Clinton eats babies. Tom Hanks worships the devil. Like, oh my God, you guys cannot be taken seriously.
And again, this is all the stuff that I always loved, you know, and it never dawned on me that anybody took it seriously.
But then I always thought,
I know I saw the Geraldo special first fucking run. I used to watch Geraldo all the time because he had Satanists and skinheads and all that. I used to watch Morton Downey all the time.
I used to watch
believe
Jenny
this
Jones.
bullshit. You know?
I always liked Ricky Lake. I always had a thing for Ricky Lake.
Yeah.
What was that movie where she pretended to be like a dead person's fiance? What was that fucking thing? There was a small period in society where America thought, "Oh, our next big star is going to be Ricky Lake." How weird that was. Like when everyone was like, "Hey, America's newest comedy hit, Yahoo Serious."
Yes.
Like, oh man, Dane Cook's going to be a star after Employee of the Month comes out.
But like, what happened to Yahoo Serious? Like, because that was a pretty funny movie that I've never watched again.
Yeah.
Like there's some kind of a curse around it.
I felt the exact same way when I went to go see The Gods Must Be Crazy.
Yeah.
1 and 2. In theaters as a child. The first half hour of The Gods Must Be Crazy is a legitimate documentary.
Yes.
And everyone complained and walked out. Way before the actual plot showed up in the movie, and it was fucking hilarious. It was basically the same thing that happened to my parents when, as young people, they went to the Douglas, Arizona drive-in and saw What's Up, Tiger Lily.
Yes.
It's like the first 10 minutes of that are all in Japanese. So, fuck Charles Manson, fuck Anton LaVey. In this documentary, and I'm so glad that you brought up that, you know, the satanic panic and all that, and the pedophiles are everywhere, because Geraldo Rivera mentioned the Presidio daycare scandal.
Yeah.
And this was during that period in time, during the Satanic Panic, where people legitimately believed that America's daycares were entirely satanic places where you bring your kids to be taken care of, and immediately they are taken to a dungeon underground where they are raped and are forced to drink blood, and they pledge their allegiance to Satan. And it was all
Sometimes
bullshit.
even flown out of state.
Yeah, yeah. It's total bullshit. And so when the QAnon stuff started happening in Pizzagate, it's like, 10-minute warning. I beat your ass.
We
It's like,
barely
oh my God,
started.
it's the Satanic Panic all over again. But now it's just called Q for some reason.
Yes.
But it's just the exact same damn thing. And I'm glad that I saw this documentary because I've read books about the Satanic Panic and I've seen documentaries about the Satanic Panic, but from safely in like 2010, 2020, 2024. And they're looking back at the Satanic Panic. And when I read these books and I see these new documentaries, I go, how in the fucking world did people think that this was true? And now I know why. Because people were literally on your television set saying, this is fucking real.
Yeah.
See me in 3 months when I catch a chair with my nose.
Yeah.
Of course, people thought that this were real. Here's a 2-hour documentary saying this is actually true. Satan is coming for your kids. Don't put them in daycare. They can't be in the army. Exorcisms are real. The devil is alive. He's walking. The devil, he's going down to Georgia. He's looking for a soul to steal. He was way behind and he was in a bind. He may be willing to take a deal. Like, oh my God, this was such a horrible time. The Presidio daycare scandal happened, and I looked it up because it's like, oh my goodness, it looks like a child might have been molested at this daycare. Oh, wait a second. There might have been more kids molested at this daycare. And then, of course, because it's the 80s and the Satanic Panic, oh my God, there may have been as many as 70. And there may have been Satanism involved.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Satan got another daycare. Oh my God, we got to shut down the Presidio. We've got to put all these charges. Here's the person. He was the ringleader. We're going to give him 7 charges. It's going to be on TV. It's going to be a huge deal. And then they dropped all the charges.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because the damage was already done. The Presidio daycare was all taken down and the man was fired. The man had his reputation ruined. And everyone was still convinced that the Satanic Panic was real and that Satan had taken over all of America's daycare.
Yes.
And so here he is talking about it.
But
like,
this was also the same time
true.
of backward masking and congressional hearings. And fucking D. Snyder sitting between Frank Zappa and John goddamn Denver.
You can still see the felt on him from Christmas with the Muppets.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Backmasking is totally bullshit. Except for those times when smartasses did it on purpose, like the Beatles, "We Will Fuck You Like Superman," and Pink Floyd. But okay, number 2, you play the Mr. Ed theme song backwards. There's a lot of things about Satan on there. I am 100% serious, and you go and listen to it. You go and listen to it. You play Another One Bites the Dust backwards. And sure as hell, Freddie Mercury is saying it's fun to smoke marijuana. Period.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's on purpose. I'm saying you play it backwards and it absolutely sounds like it's fun to smoke marijuana. Absolutely. 100%. Backmasking, not a thing except for when people actually did it. But
I don't
Mr. Ed is Satan's source,
I think that's just like seeing dragons in the clouds.
Yeah.
You know, you're hearing a lot of sound, and your brain needs to make some kind of sense out of it.
There was I had a Muslim friend in college, and one day his religious family had a table at the college, and I'm like, oh, that's my friend. I will go and support him. Maybe I will buy a book. I thought he was Muslim, but it was like an offshoot of Muslim, and all the books were the most insane shit you've ever heard. And I bought one. If you see a small cloud in the sky, that's a cloud. If you see a large cloud, it's hiding a UFO because the aliens are secretly controlling us all.
Yes.
And it's like, oh my God, I remember buying this and going, was this published in the 80s? Because this is some weirdo satanic panic nonsense. But fun fact about Charles.
That just reminded me of a little small thing I've been total tangent that I've been meaning to say. Like, everybody is so scared now of AI taking over the world.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, what
Can they fucking do any worse? Can we be serious? Can AI taking over the world really be any more fucked up than what
we're
humans
doing?
are doing?
Yeah. Oh my God, I've been shot. Well, let's get you to the doctor. I can't afford that. Get some pliers and remove the bullet yourself. I'm not going to a doctor. Just the ambulance ride alone will bankrupt me forever.
Yeah.
Welcome to America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. No, I absolutely agree with you. Like, fuck, maybe AI will do a better job than we have because we're sure as hell destroying the planet.
Yeah.
But, Bunny, we have 4 minutes left. Let me see what I can do here. This was fun as hell.
Yes, it was.
This was fun as hell. And before we wrap up this podcast for good in October, maybe we can do Christmas specials. I know of a movie that we can do every year. That, and every year we can do a fresh new take on it. It can be the Pope on Film Christmas special. I think it's just a good idea to think about.
Okay.
It's a movie that has to do with Santa and a bunny. And ice cream. Not Willy Wonka. Not Willy Wonka. But I think that a couple more times this year before we wrap this podcast up for good, because we've done it for a freaking decade.
Yes. Yes.
I think that we should pick a few more things from the playlist. Because that playlist is random as hell. And this episode is fun.
Oh yeah.
Super fun. So I wanted to for our next episode, I wanted to do a movie that I love and that I care about, but then it's like, fuck that. So I found a random movie that I have not seen. It has horrible reviews, but I like the premise. I have not seen it. So it might be shit. I don't know. But it's from 2012 or possibly 2013. It's a little known film called The Brass Teapot.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with Warren G. Harding, Albert P. Fall, and the Teapot Dome scandal. But it's an interesting premise. This couple gets a teapot, a brass teapot. You have no idea what I'm saying. And they learn, I don't know how they learn, but they learn that if they are holding the teapot and they hurt themselves, they will get money.
Okay.
But then eventually, just like a little pinch or maybe a little paper cut, isn't enough.
Yeah.
So they have to find out how far they're willing to go. I haven't seen it. I like the premise, but all the reviews I've seen are like it's certified rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. So this will be exciting. We will both be seeing it for the first time. Yeah, but eventually that won't be enough. It's like a tolerance thing. You have to keep building up. It has to be you hurt yourself more and more. So it's quite interesting. But anyway, that is next week. Now that I'm looking back at this week, Anton LaVey, Geraldo Rivera, A Chair, Maxwell's Whistle, Eleanor's Whistle, Q's Whistle. I have to say, I think this has been a pretty good episode.
It has been a damn good episode.
Okay, good. I felt the same way, but I wasn't sure because you're the person who makes that distinction. I didn't want to step on any toes. But yes, I concur with your assessment, good sir.
So until next week, I am Bunny Williams.
And I am Reverend Malin, and on behalf of Eleanor and Natasha, sorry, and no, she hates that, and Maxwell and Q and everybody else, I just want to say thanks for listening, and we will see you next week, you godless heathens. Really punch it out.
And your juice waffles and poopy toots.
Maxwell?
And you leftover pizzas.
Nice.